Hey y'all, Ms. B, and we're gonna talk about Salt Lake City. I have not done a video since Meredith's bar mitzvah, but basically, episode 13 opens up just pivoting off of the bar mitzvah and the fallout between her and Angie. You see Meredith in the kitchen talking to her kids, getting to smell scents and things of all of that stuff. And I was thinking in my head, I was like, self, man, I don't care nothing about your bath bombs. And then I want to know, like, why do your whole entire family talks like this? Would you like to smell this? Would you like to sample this? It was getting on my nerves. So that's kind of how episode 13 opens up. And I'm going to go kind of like speed through episode 13 because I want to talk about more about episode 14. Okay. So then we have Sean and Angie doing the same thing, talking about, oh my God, I can't believe I got put out. I gave Meredith gifts. Who put somebody out a religious ceremony, all of these things. And then you have a very, sentimental scene where Angie and Mary, talk. Mary walks in Angie's house like she lives there, typical Mary style. And she starts explaining to what's going on with Robert Jr. and how, she's going to come to Mexico. She doesn't know when, she doesn't know how. She's going to get there, but first she needs to take care of her son. And this is the first time on camera. I feel like off camera, Angie already kind of knew what Mary was going through, but I feel like this was a time on camera where Mary really breaks down what we saw Robert Jr. explain to her about his addiction. And then Angie can relate based on her experiences, with her mother. I guess her mother was addicted, to whatever substances or alcohol, I'm not sure. And, they bond together. I love seeing Angie and Mary bond together. So then after that, you see everybody start packing for Punta Vallarta. Last time I could not pronounce that. Punta Vallarta. I said I want to go there. Punta Vallarta. So you see them, everybody packing. Heather. I don't like Heather no more. Like, Heather, I know you skinny now. And is that going to your head? Because I don't like you no more. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. Everybody's packing. And then when they get to the airport, Heather kind of breaks down how this person is not talking to this person, and this person is not talking to this person, and that person is not talking to that person, and how everybody's in the airport like, oh my God, girl, I haven't seen you in forever. Like, oh my God, it's so great to see you. I haven't seen you like since yesterday when we was all beefing at the bar mitzvah. But girl, it's cool, whatever. So basically, Heather breaks that down. And then Lisa has a moment. Lisa, get on my nerves, Barlow, has a moment because Bronwyn gives the girls a gift. I don't understand sometimes on these shows, or these housewife shows, if I go on a trip with someone, even if the person is hosting it, what's wrong with me, bringing a gift for everybody? Like, what was wrong with that? So Lisa had a problem with that. Then Bronwyn gets to showing everybody her dog bites. When you think about dog bites, you think about little nip. No, she was mauled by a dog. I was like, oh my God. Like, I hope she's suing them. I hope she gets some money, some change, something, because she was mauled by whatever dog there was. And it had to be a big dog because it was all up her arm, all down her leg. She said it had to get stitches. That's insanity. So anyway, they all get on the plane and do the whole blah, 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 so asleep, so talking. What I did peep on the plane, though, is how close Meredith and Lisa are this season. Not saying they weren't close before, but you remember the hot mic moment, which I'm going to bring up later? When Meredith has a grudge with you can leave, she kind of what is kind of done with you. So they all, end up in Punta Vallarta. They get out in the car. They come to the villas And it's 2 villas. So this is Lisa Barlow's trip, her Vida Tequila trip. Which, again, has anybody tasted that tequila? Cause I'm a Casamigos girl, or a Don Julio girl when it comes to tequila. Um, when I go to the liquor store, I don't think I see Vita tequila. Maybe it's only sold in Salt Lake City. Maybe that's why. But I don't see Vita tequila. I mean, baby, I even see A18. Okay, I see Kendall Jenner's tequila in specs when I go to the liquor store. I don't see Vita tequila. And it seems like this whole trip was like a very big sponsorship from her. And we're going to get to that too. So they get down, they get settled, everybody get their champagne, and it's 2 villas. So then Lisa says, in Villa 1, you have Meredith, Heather, Lisa, and Brittany. In Villa 2, you have Braun, Angie, Whitney, and then when Mary arrives. And that was giving me so much Mean Girls. One thing I cannot stand it, don't like it, not for it, is when people isolate people and become really cliquish and become real Mean Girls. I can't stand real Regina George. And that was with Lisa. I can't get on my nerves, stand you, Barlow was given this entire trip. Anyway, and it's her trip. Let's keep that in mind. This is her trip. So then we have another breakdown of who doesn't like who and why they don't like this person, who's talking to who, and it was a whole another thing of why she decided to split the villas up the way they were and who were in which villas. So then you have everybody getting settled, everybody getting sit down. Then Braun is still emphasizing the fact that she feels like Lisa's her friend. She thought she came into this friend group thinking Lisa was like, no matter what, that's my friend, like my friend. And she's like shunning me. She put me over here with the other girls. Like, we know Lisa don't like Whitney. We know Lisa don't mess with Angie, and neither does Meredith. I think Mary is neutral in the situation, and Mary, long as she got a good room, she good, and it doesn't matter. But it was like giving kiss the ring, sis. This how Lisa was giving me to Braun, like kiss the ring. Like, you're gonna be over there with them. We're gonna be, because why was Brittany over there? Do y'all know Brittany? That's why I was like trying to understand why Brittany was at Meredith's bar mitzvah. That's a religious sacred ceremony. Why is she there? She's a friend of. And you want her over there with you versus your friend you said you've been known for 10 years? Anyway, let's move on. The dinner scene. So, we get to the dinner scene again. Overload on the Vida tequila. I'm sick of it. Don't care about it. Don't want to see it. I mean, if somebody sends me some Vida tequila and it tastes good, I'll be like, it's good or whatever. Like, honestly, I was side-eyeing 818 and I like 818, but that's not about that. Anyway, so we're there, and then Lisa goes, my PowerPoint presentation is going exactly how I like it. I do not like you, Lisa Barlow. I do not like you. I do not like you at all. You give Regina George without Regina George-ish, if that makes sense. So then Braun opening up again about, hey, Lisa, I feel like you're not being my friend. And then at that point, I started to notice, like, something's going on with Braun. I love Braun. Usually I have a Braun ponytail, but I'm doing bun girl today. I'm like, something's going on with you, girl. What's going on? What's going on with Braun? I love Braun. I love her. And they go, they kind of go back and forth about, you're not a good friend. Well, you're not a friend. And you're not a friend. That thing that they always do. And you're a crappy friend. And then the people was like, please, your table's ready. Can you come over here and come eat? So they all sit down. Everybody sit down at their respective places. And then Meredith throws the shade at Angie for the gift. Because remember, Angie was saying I gave her a gift at her bar mitzvah. You know, she didn't bring anything to my function, but I did it for her. So Meredith returned her signature shampoo that Angie obviously sells at her salon. Oh, and also at the beginning of the episode, her kids were making fun of the shampoo. It's so flating. Anyway, so she returns that to her. And then they begin to argue about, you a slut. I don't like slut shaming. This is a slut. Example of a slut. Not an example of a slut. Slut. Meredith became like the queen and the captain of, I do not tolerate people who talk about sluts. Okay. So that was the end of episode. I just want to rush through episode 13 really fast so we can get to episode 14. So the episode 14 opens up with Lisa Barlow. Want to be Regina George, want to be that girl, but you're not, because nobody likes you. I don't like you, okay? Sending a text, hey everybody, get ready for that. Yeah, you're right, today. So then you see Whitney, Angie, Heather do some water aerobics because Whitney want us to let her know that her husband is old. And when they go on vacation, they're forced to do water aerobics. I was like, girl, we remember he's older than you, but girl, even when I go on vacation, I don't do water. Okay, girl. So Angie, Whitney, and Heather do water aerobics, but after they do that, they kind of go poolside and they talk about, you know, like, what do you think about, you know, how Bronwyn's husband daddy treats her? And then, you know, it was mentioned that, you know, Lisa said, I guess before Bronwyn became part of the friend group or whatever, that, you know, he treats her like a queen, and she treats him like a king, and it's this beautiful relationship. And then Heather was like, I don't see that though. I don't see when they're interacting. I don't see that when he's around her. As I stated before in my previous Salt Lake City videos, she shrinks like a child when he's talking to her. Yeah, Todd, daddy, husband for Bronwyn, everybody's clocking your tea. Not cool. And I want to say I heard or saw on when she was on Watch What Happens Live, she kind of pivoted and backpedaled on a lot of things that she said on this yacht, which we're going to get to. So on the way to the yacht, it's like mysteriously Brittany starts saying, you know, I didn't get a lot of sleep. You know, Meredith was throwing up and crying all night. And I was like, girl, throwing up and crying all night? Why for? Why was she throwing up and crying? First of all, throwing up is one thing. You know, they're in a foreign country. You may have a thing with food. That's one thing. But throwing up and crying? And for some reason, Meredith gives me allegedly prescription teas. Okay? She gives me that. She's always kind of zonked out after a trip or when they land from a trip. Remember last season? She was cold and she needed a tub. And this season she was like, they was 15 minutes in a Sprinter and she was already fell asleep. Yeah, she gives me, girl, chill out on the Xanax. Allegedly. So and then anyway, they get on the yacht, and then also too when they would get on the yacht, they had to help Meredith get on a yacht. And then why was y'all wearing heels to get on a yacht? Everybody know when you go to Mexico, you wear your flats, your flip flops, your this, your that. Yeah, like, why would y'all wearing heels anyway? And then everybody started dancing and drinking. And let me say something. Not to say I'm on Dancing Queen, but baby, none of these ladies should dance on camera anymore. No, like it was cringe. It was cringe. It was really cringe that they were all dancing like that. And Heather showed out her colonizer side. And I guess that's how the Mormons dance. Like a river dance. Anyway, Bronwyn was like, y'all not finna do me. I'm gonna watch y'all dance, acting like Madonna or whatever they said, but I'm not gonna dance. So then after that, everybody kind of sits down and chills, and then get on my nerves. Lisa, get on my nerves. Barlow starts saying, "Oh, Henry, my little angel baby, my little angel baby. He was having problems with making friends, and now he's not. And we're so happy for him." And then somebody said, Heather is doing the most. Like, she's been so extra this season. What about his cologne collection? Who cares? Like, for real. I don't care about your son. Oh, he has 13. And he knows how to say "il se relance" in French. I think that's the cologne she mentioned. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but I think that's what it was. So then all of a sudden, Brittany, why is she there? Brittany, why are you there again? Go be with the Osmond boy and your crotchless panties. Because last night I had an announcement. That's what I did mention from the previous episode. She had a ding, 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 ding moment. I have an announcement. She has an announcement. I have an announcement. And she gets upset because they're all talking about Lisa Barlow's husband, not her husband, her son, Henry. And she felt some type of way because nobody gave the same reaction that she's about talking to her daughters. And they're during this time, child, I am loving Bronwyn's eye roll, honey. She was giving, if this girl don't get off my line, I'm sick of hearing her with these announcements. And then she asked her, do you want us to be excited because you have a relationship with your daughter, or you want to be excited for this announcement? I'm paraphrasing. But basically, that's what she said. And I agree. Like, why do we have to say, ding, 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 the Osmond boy takes me back. Ding, 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 ding. I talked to my daughter. Ding, 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 ding. So she gets mad about that. And then, so after that, it becomes a Bronwyn and Lisa thing again. Because Brittany calls Bronwyn a bitch. And she was like, Lisa, with her strawberry earrings, Lisa, I'm looking at you. And then Lisa goes in a confession. Was like, I don't know what she wants from me. No, she wants you to be her motherfucking friend. That's what she wants. Okay? She came on this show thinking you were her real friend. But I think a lot of these ladies, like the OGs of this show, know you gotta handle Lisa get on my nerves Barlow with this much accountability and leverage, because she's gonna swap up on you. And then, they go back and forth. And then I want this part to breathe a little bit, because from the time that I've been reviewing Salt Lake City this season, and I have liked Bronwyn and do like Bronwyn, she revealed her true self. She didn't pretend to be something she's not. She didn't pretend to be fake, like Lisa get on my nerves Barlow. She didn't be like how Meredith is, all zonked out and whatever she's doing, allegedly. She wasn't still, I'm pretending to be something current day and something past day like Heather is. Because Heather still has that Mormon fiber thinking part of her instilled in her. And it's not gone. It's not enough Ozempic, Zepbound, Mounjaro, Trulicity, or nothing she can inject in herself that's going to get rid of who she is to her core, which is she still truly is a Mormon. And I feel like if that husband wouldn't have divorced her, she would still be there. But she still truly, solely is still that Mormon girl that she was taught to believe. But anyway, Bronwyn starts to break down about her husband, Daddy Todd, and how he cheated on her. How she found out he was cheating on her was through her daughter reading his iPad. And then also, how she doesn't really feel accepted in any spaces. And that's why she was so excited to become a part of this friend group that Lisa introduced her to. And she felt like that Lisa was her friend for real. And she's not seeing that. And Lisa's not showing up for her. So that makes a lot of more sense of like why Bronwyn keeps saying, well, you're not my friend. Well, you're not acting like a friend. You're not being my friend. And that could get on one person's nerve. But if you truly feel like someone is your friend, and you're going through something, you want to feel like that friend can see that, like how Angie and Mary's relationship is. And that's not what Lisa Barlow is, because Lisa Barlow is about Lisa Barlow. Point blank, period. In the discussion. And she opens up about, the details of the infidelity and how he called it a fatal flaw. That's how you know when you're dealing with a narcissist. He called it a fatal flaw. And then bought her a promise ring with 5 diamonds in it as a gift of, I'm sorry. I've been talking about that Todd Daddy husband since Bronwyn has hopped on our screens, and how she shrinks and how she acts. But this validated all the things that I thought, all the things that I felt, and I feel bad for her. And it bothered me to the core of my bone marrow that the only people who stood up and actually felt some empathy for her was, first it was Whitney. Like, well, how did you find out? Then it was Heather. It triggered Heather to go back into her Mormon marriage days. Like, no, you shouldn't be, like, it activated her. You shouldn't be like this and don't feel like this and da-da-da-da. And then Bronwyn said something, and I think this is probably why I resonated with her so much. She said, I feel like I'm never accepted anywhere. My husband doesn't accept me. She also said that I feel like I love him more than he loves me. And then, I'm in this friend group looking for, comfort. She's like, she don't have family around. Her daughter's going to college. And she just has dogs. And that's why she was like thinking that Lisa Barlow was truly her friend. I hope if she comes back next season, she sees that Lisa Barlow is nobody's. Lisa Barlow is Lisa Barlow's friend. Lisa get on my nerves, Barlow's Lisa get on my nerves, Barlow's friend. That's it. Point blank, period. She's nobody else's friend. So anyway, after that, they start exiting the yacht. And I don't know if the mic was away or whatever, but cameras picked up on Lisa, Meredith saying, well, what do you think about that? And then Lisa was like, oh my God, and Meredith was like, I kind of feel sorry for her, talking about all her issues with her husband, Daddy, and how she's felt, and how she's been treated, and how she feels like she's not good enough, how he's always gone, and how he, all these things. And Lisa says, oh, just wait till Todd sees this. They let you know. I hope when Bronwyn watches this back, girl, she's not your friend. She was a friend of mine. She's not your friend. So anyway, everybody comes back and they kind of eat lunch. And then, it comes to a thing where it's weird. Brittany asks Meredith again. I don't know if I mentioned that before. How are you feeling, girl? Are you all right? And then you have like Brittany, Meredith, all of them at one table. And then you have Whitney, Bronwyn, and Angie and Heather at another lunch. And they go into the details of like Bronwyn basically saying, I poured my soul to y'all. Like, this is me. This is not TV. This is not cameras. What you see is me. This is the real me. Take me as I am, in the words of Mary J. Blige. You are seeing me. And y'all see how Meredith and Lisa both were basically defending his behavior. If he is allegedly did whatever, cheating, I don't know. Not in the bedroom. And then Whitney and Heather made 2 valid points. They don't want to shine a light on that because it'll be shining a light on themselves. They'll come off as hypocrites because it's been alleged that they have cheated and they have done infidelity. I mean, let's not forget the epic hot mic moment when Meredith did something to Lisa. I forgot what season this was. And Lisa stormed off in the bathroom, remember? And her mic was still on. And she was talking about how Meredith is laying it low and spreading it wide all up and through the Upper East Side of Manhattan in New York. Remember that hot mic moment? So that's why Heather and Whitney was kind of like, yeah, they don't want to shine a light too much on it too much because they've been accused of it of themselves. And then Heather brought up this very valid point, which I've always thought about Lisa. Lisa wants to pretend. She wants to put on. It's surface level for her. You're not going to know if she cries at night. You're not going to know anything. She wants to be pretty above. She wants to hang out with beautiful, glamorous friends. She wants to say, I'm going to London and I'm going to Paris and I may go to the Maldives and I may do this and I may do that. Anytime it gets too complicated with Lisa, get on my nerves, Barlow, she cuts you off. And that's kind of like they were explaining to Bro, and it's like, why you're not getting the support you getting, girl. And I could see Meredith not really caring, but Meredith did say when they was walking off the sprinter, she was like, I kind of do, feel sorry for her. But Lisa was her friend. That's how she on the show. They know each other for 10 years. Everybody keeps saying it. But Lisa only wants to show you the beautiful things, the glitz and the glamour. Oh, I have a fabulous friend here. I have a fabulous friend here. I am fabulous because I have all these friends. That makes me fabulous, right? It gives Lisa validation. That's why I don't F for Lisa. I can't stand her. So anyway, Mary arrives, and before we see Mary actually arriving in Mexico, we see her dropping her son off. And she crying and saying, I got to do it. Whatever I can find, whatever rehab facility I can find, I'm going to do it. But the ladies don't know that, except Angie, remember? The ladies don't know, why Mary's coming late or what's going on with Mary and her son. I don't know if they found out after they finished filming. I don't know. We'll see at the reunion. So she arrives late, and then I noticed, like, you could tell, like, she was still kind of pressed. Like, when you walk in a villa, or when they were walking a villa, they offer you champagne, they offer you a towel, whatever. She was like, no, thank you, no, thank you, excuse me, no pictures, no pictures. And then she goes to find Angie, and they embrace each other with so much love and vitriol. I'm like, yes, this is what is missing on a lot of these housewives shows. You have friends who are on the show pretending to be friends, and then you have actual people who have met each other, have linked up, who love one another, and they hug each other and embrace, and I love to see it. Mary is the MVP of this season. I will tell you that. Mary is the MVP of Salt Lake City. Mary, I'm so glad you put down all that facade you were doing before. You let us know what's going on with your son. On Watch What Happens Live, you let us know why we don't see your husband no more. And you really see a true friendship in Angie and Mary. And I just love it. I love it. I loved how they embraced each other. I remember also when Mary was on Watch What Happens Live, how she said, they went to Kathy Hilton's house to a Christmas party. Like, I love Angie and Mary's relationship. I just love it. So then we go to another dinner. Another Vida tequila dinner. Somebody go ahead and send me this goddamn tequila, because I'm tired of this lady using Bravo as free press for this tequila. Like I said, when I go to the liquor store, I don't see no Vida tequila. I see all the tequilas. Even Don, what that one did it? No, I wasn't Don Julio. What the hell name? De Leon. I even see that one. But girl, I don't see your tequila, girl. It has not made to Texas. Okay. And then it's heavy on the Vida tequila. And Whitney makes a comment like, it's almost like a commercial. If they had money to make a commercial, move it right along. Because I was agreeing with her. I was like, girl, like, you putting 20 on 10 with this Vida tequila stuff, girl. We know you got a tequila. We know we're in Mexico. We know. And they show this little pivot of this snap of her, where she's the name from. I don't even care. I'm not even going to spend that much time on her and her Vida tequila. So anyway, Brittany does something again. Meredith, girl, are you okay? And asks her how she feels. And then Braun interjects and says, you know what, Meredith, girl, when I was getting my face beat, I had heard you was throwing up and you was crying. Like, what's tea? Like, what's going on? And she was like, well, in her very alleged Xanax voice, I, was crying over slut shaming. So, you went to your room after y'all closed the night, cameras were down, and you were throwing up and crying over slut shaming. Because remember, previous episode, which I didn't cap in this video, but you can go watch it. It was the whole slut conversation again with Brittany and Braun and Angie and all that crap. And then I love Mary. I love Mary this season. Mary was like, where's my pastrami soup? Everybody getting their food. It's like, pastrami soup? I've heard of chicken noodle soup. I've heard of, they named all the soups, you know, but pastrami soup. But baby Mary wouldn't let up. I don't care what it's called. Wait, where's my food? Everybody eating. I ain't eating yet. I'm hungry. So then they start showing this recap of everybody like, I heard Meredith crying and throwing up. I heard Meredith crying and throwing up. I heard Meredith crying and throwing up. Like they did this whole thing. So then Angie tries to talk to, Meredith tries to talk to, Angie tries to talk to Meredith about this slut comment. Because she's saying, she threw up and she was crying because of the slut shaming, right? So Angie was like, oh girl, like, are we good? Like last night I thought we were good. You went to your room and allegedly you're now saying you were throwing up because of slut shaming. Like again, Whitney said, when did you become the captain of the sluts? Okay? When did you become the captain of the sluts? So after that, then Lisa jumps in, then Angie and Lisa gets into it again. And then it starts to get like convoluted again. It's sluts, Angie, Lisa, Meredith. And then guess what Whitney did? Whitney was sitting on the side of Lisa. She chimes in. She's like, basically called Lisa a hypocrite. Like when it's about you move different. But now they're trying to have a conversation. Angie trying to make it right with Meredith. And you like jumping in and doing your little thing or whatever. And then Lisa and Whitney start arguing, and Lisa calls her a fucking bitch. I don't know what planet I could, let me think. Maybe Jupiter. I could sit on and have somebody sit next to me and call me a fucking bitch and me be cool and just eat my, in the words of Mary Cosby, pastrami soup. Like she just didn't say that. Lisa starts doing that thing that she does and not taking accountability and so arguing. Then Braun jumps in, just, because Braun's going through her situation. She's like, girl, I just poured out my heart on the yacht earlier. You weren't even here for me. So yeah, like you getting tag teamed by Angie, you getting tag teamed by Whitney. Now let me jump in, okay? Because she was like, I told you about my dog bites. I told you about, what's going on. You're not being a great friend to me. It's a consistent theme that this girl keeps telling this lady. And Lisa gets on my nerves. Barlow does not get it. And I don't understand it. It's not like you need a laptop, a physics career, and fly to NASA, go to NASA and fly to space to understand that this girl keeps telling you, I came on this show, I thought you was my real friend, my real friend, and you're not. So then, Lisa, again, does what Lisa does. She gets crying, the cries. Cry me a river. Nobody cares about your cries. I don't care about your tears. Suck them up, buttercup. Don't care. And then, again, Mary's worried about her food. Okay? And then Lisa's just, and I can't take it, and this is too much, and all the theatrics, all the drama, all the purpose, circumstance, Regina George, and I want to go home. And that's kind of how the episode ends. And then Mary asks, waiter, where's my dessert? Love you, Mary. I love Mary Cosby. Anyway, that is my recap of, I'm sorry if I went a little too fast. I didn't want it to be extra long, but this was episode 13 and 14 of Housewives of Salt Lake City. I will tell y'all this. Salt Lake City is giving more than any of the girls in that Housewives franchise that's airing right now is giving. Especially Real. I'm so disappointed in the Real Housewives of New York. I don't even know. I'm so disappointed I could spit, in the words of my mama. They're giving more than Beverly Hills, and I love Beverly Hills. You know, they say, you know, Andy Cohen says, you know, Beverly Hills is not about the nitty gritty. It's more about life, fashion, Hollywood. So that's why we don't get a lot of Beverly Hills. And honestly, if you notice, I haven't really reviewed Beverly Hills because we're surface, and Dorit on one this season like a little chihuahua, whatever. Okay, whatever. It's good. Whatever. I don't even watch Potomac. Potomac has, I'm out. I'm out until they totally do a recast. I'm out. I have been out of Jersey. But Jersey's off this season. I'm talking about the ones that are currently airing. I would say Salt Lake City is bringing it to the girls. I bet the ratings are there. I watched these episodes a couple of times because, like, during the holidays, wasn't really nothing on TV. And I will go back to Salt Lake City. Like, Mary's the MVP. Lisa get on my nerves. Brother, I can't stand you. Want to be Regina George. Meredith Xanax. Marks. Allegedly. Meredith Xanax Marks. Heather, I mean, maybe the doctor should lower your dose to, I don't know. If you're on Ozempic, it only goes up to 2 milligrams. If you're on Mounjaro, it goes all the way up to, Mounjaro Zepbound goes all up to 15. If you're on that, lower it down to maybe 7.5 starter dose, because it's once you hit and I like you. Whitney, we ain't been getting a lot out of Whitney, but the stuff that we have getting out of Whitney, other than when she was defending Braun, which I appreciated and I liked, kind of, you falling flat this season. And is your voice getting extra baby voice like Brienne? Or it ain't always been like that? I don't know. Because I kind of always liked you, but this season Angie's coming in with a bang. I love Angie and Mary's relationship. I love it. I'm here for it. You could check and Mary being a pastor and having a church. They gotta have a really deep, for real relationship, because Mary don't let nobody in to her life like that. You know, we see what she went through past seasons. Meredith, did I already talk about Meredith? Anyway, and then where's the Millie? Milala? Ooh la la la. Where is she? She didn't get invited to the Vida Tequila trip in Puerto Rico. She didn't get invited? And I don't understand Brittany's point. It's kind of like that season on Beverly Hills when Garcelle says, "Why is Teddy here?" When Erica was going through our stuff. It's like that. Like, go away. I don't want you, Brittany. And you were so excited to be in that villa with all of the girls. And like Whitney said, girl, you're a pun. Because really, Braun is that girl. I'm going to keep riding and rooting for Braun. And I hope she gets her situation together with however she's internalizing these things with her daddy, Todd, husband thing, situation. But I do, like I said, I did hear, I think I heard or saw that on Watch What Happens Live, she kind of backpedaled that whole scene. But that's okay, girl, because, you know, that's the bag. Okay, I ain't mad at you. Anyway, this is my recap of 13 and 14 in Salt Lake City. I'm going to be more consistent and more updated. It's just the holidays came around. And I hope y'all enjoyed this video. Like, comment, subscribe. And I will be back. What's today? Tuesday? Yes, I will be back. I think it comes out tonight. Tuesday. The Salt Lake City will come on Tuesday, Wednesday. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. I will be back with my review of the next episode, because apparently, who records who? Who was recording somebody, girl, in a sprinter, girl? Anyway, bye.